So if you've clicked on this video, I'm guessing you want to learn how to make castles. Now, there are some very important steps to make sure they don't look absolutely awful. So I'll be walking you through them today. Now, personally, I think what a castle should look like depends on the biome you're building it in. If you're building it in a mushroom biome, you're going to want a different palette to if you're building it in a dark oak forest, for example. You're going to have different coloured blocks that go better with the biome. So, for step one, planning. Right, so planning is like a really big step that lots of people miss out. What you really want to do is just like plan out where you want your towers to go. So we're going to build one for the Mushroom Island just a little bit for reference. Say you want like, I'll just get this mushroom out of the way. You want like some diagonals in it to give it a bit more like shape. Because if you're just building like squares and stuff, it can get a bit repetitive. So say we want a couple diagonals like this. Do that with the wool. Build up to a height that you'd like it at. Now to me, that doesn't look like a bad height. For one of the pillars on the wall, that doesn't look too bad. And you just repeat this. Like just kind of plan out with a block that you can get lots of quickly. You can use any block really, but it helps if you can like instantly mine it with something. But wool is a good choice, just to like see the different sections of your base. You can use different colours. That's why I've got 4 different colours of wool in my inventory. But basically what you'll end up with is just a rectangle like that, and that's where one of your towers can go. And then with another one, plan out where you want your wall to go. Say you want it to go to about here maybe, or even like just up here before your second pillar. You can do that, and then you do it the same on this side, all the way over to here, like that. And you just, well, I mean, that would be probably like that, but you just carry on until basically you've got a rough plan. Now I'm just gonna like build a rough plan really quickly, just to get like a couple shapes in the buildings where we can build the walls and stuff. So this here is just for like a one small section of the wall, but this is like the sort of thing you'll get going around. You'll see the shape. So this here, that's one of the first towers, then a bit of wall, then another tower. And you repeat that like for as big as you want all the way around the island. So once you've done this, you can then get the bigger blocks, like the actual blocks you want to use. And it helps if you build like a little wall with all the blocks. So we're going to use mushroom blocks and sandstone because this goes well with the area. So this here is the type of thing that I mean. So we're going to use brown mushroom block for the pillars and smooth sandstone for the walls, which takes us on to step 2, which is building it. So for step 2, what you want to do is just replace the blocks you've built in before and fill in the gaps. So before, these here were red wool like that. So I've just filled it in, replaced it, and the yellow, which was just here, is now smooth sandstone. I've also added the roofs as dark concrete, and you should get something looking a bit flat, a bit plain like this. But I'm going to repeat it all the way around so that we've got a full, proper outside castle wall. But yeah, this is like the sort of thing that you should get when you do it. For all of that, I've swapped out all the blocks, and yeah, this is what it's turned out as. Now, I quite like the look of this. It's quite a nice build, and yeah, but this is only the wall. There's lots to do on the inside. I do actually need to add these gates. So, for the gates, I'd stick to the same sort of theme as the walls. I'd use like smooth sandstone and all, but you don't have to make it exactly the same height. Now for these, the pillars and the walls, if you want to know how tall I've made them, I've done the towers as 15 blocks tall and the walls as 10. Just to keep it simple, you can really build them at any height you want, but that's what I've done. Now for these, I think what we need to do, basically, is just go up a bit further than these walls here. Maybe up to about there. Leave 2 blocks off the roof. So I'm going to do that now. So that there is what I'm going to do just as my basic gate. It's not very good, it's not the best, but it's not terrible. I've added groppers in the floor for like where the ends of the fences go. But yeah, the path is just temporary, just as a way in. But yeah, this is the sort of thing that it's going to look like. So you could have a path coming out the front leading to the water, docks, you could have loads. But I'm going to do this castle building sort of thing in 2 parts because I feel like if I do it all in one, it'll just be a huge video and quite long. So yeah, this is it for part 1. Hopefully, this has helped you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.